Please wait for the
Test, test. Can you hear me down south? Hello?
Hello, good morning. Ms. Stevenson, are you on the line?
I am, sir. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Can you turn your volume up or can we do it?
Got
Got it.
Yeah, it should be all the way up now.
Amy, can you test your volume again?
Is that better, sir?
No.
Color on the phone.
Is that better, sir?
Well, no, we're tuning it up here. Just keep talking.
Okay. How's the weather in Vegas?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
No, it needs to be turned up.
It's got to be her side. I can hear her if you just want me to. She's approved. Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Amy,
4.
do you have the IT people there to help you?
Yeah, they're there.
Was that better?
We'll just be quiet. We'll get through it. You ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Right. Let's call to order the State of Nevada Board of Examiners meeting scheduled for today, January 9th, 2024 at 10 a.m. And can I have the clerk call the roll, please?
Governor Lombardo,
Present.
Secretary of State Aguilar,
Here.
Attorney General Ford.
Here.
Let the record reflect we have a quorum, sir.
To agenda item number 2, public comment. First public comment period is limited to comments on items on the agenda. No action may be taken upon a matter raised under the public comment period unless the matter itself has been specifically included on the agenda as an action item. The chair of the board, myself, has imposed a 3-minute time limit. Public comment may be provided in person or via telephone. If calling via telephone, the number being 775-321-6111. Do we have any, then additionally, you have the ability to write in. And are we monitoring that? Okay. Do we have any public comment there in Carson City?
No, sir.
Any public comment here in Las Vegas? Any written?
I see you go.
We'll give it a second for the phone. Ms. Stevenson, you don't have any written public comment on
No,
your
sir.
end, do you?
No, sir, there's no written public comment.
All right, we'll close the first opportunity for public comment. And we will move to item number 3 on the agenda, approval of December 12th, 2023 meeting minutes. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve minutes?
Any questions or concerns? Hearing none? Well, we don't need a second with 3 of us.
Right.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Motion passes. We'll close item 3, move to 4, state vehicle purchases for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. There are 3 requests under agenda item number 4 today. The first request is from the Department of Administration, Fleet Services Division. The division requests approval to purchase 7 new vehicles for a total amount not to exceed $367,678. The second request is from the Department of Corrections, Southern Desert Correctional Facility. The department requests approval to purchase 4 new vehicles for a total amount not to exceed $247,984. And the last request is from the Department of Public Safety, Nevada Highway Patrol Division. The division requests approval to purchase 2 replacement vehicles for a total amount not to exceed $112,253. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Do we have any questions?
No question. None here. Move approval.
We have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. We'll close 4 and move on to agenda item number 5, authorization for an emergency contract with a current and/or former state employee for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. Pursuant to NRS 333.705, subsection 4, the Department of Transportation seeks a favorable recommendation regarding its determination to use the emergency provision to contract with a former employee to provide maintenance management activities from January 2nd, 2024 to April 30th, 2024 on a full-time basis through Manpower. Are there any questions on this item?
Do we have any questions?
No questions. Motion to approve.
We have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, we will close 5, move to 6, authorization to contract with current and/or former state employees for possible action. Would the board members like to take them together?
Oh, yes.
Together? Can you provide them together, Ms. Stevenson?
Yes, sir. There are 5 items under agenda item number 6 today. The first request is from the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, Division of Environmental Protection. The division intends to contract with a former employee from January 9th, 2024 through April 30th, 2024 on a full-time basis through Marathon Staffing Group. The second request is from the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, Division of Environmental Protection. They intend to contract with a former employee from January 9th, 2024 through June 30th, 2024 on a part-time basis, also through Marathon Staffing Group. The third request is from the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, Division of Water Resources. They intend to contract with a former employee from January 9th, 2024 through July 10th, 2024 on a part-time basis through Marathon Staffing Group. The fourth request is from the Department of Taxation. The department intends to contract with a former employee from January 9th, 2024 through March 31st, 2024 on a full-time basis through Knowledge Services. And the last request is from the Department of Transportation, Maintenance and Asset Management Division. They intend to contract with a former employee from May 1st, 2024 through June 11th, 2024 on a full-time basis through Manpower. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Do we have any questions? Any board members?
No questions. None here. Move approval.
All right, we have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Okay, we will close item number 6 and move on to 7. Request for recommendation of approval to the interim finance committee for an allocation amount for the contingency account for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. There are 2 requests under agenda item number 7 today. The first request is from the Department of Public Safety, Division of Dignitary Protection. Pursuant to NRS 353.268, the department requests a recommendation to the Interim Finance Committee for an allocation of $85,175 from the Interim Finance Committee contingency account to cover costs associated with providing dignitary protection. The second request is from the Governor's Office for New Americans. Pursuant to NRS 353.268, the office requests a recommendation to the Interim Finance Committee for an allocation of $21,880 from the Interim Finance Committee contingency account to cover a projected shortfall for the remainder of the fiscal year. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Do you have any questions?
No questions. Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. I said aye, for the record. We'll close 7, move on to 8. Request to designate positions in the state government as critical labor shortages for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. Pursuant to NRS 286.523, The Department of Transportation requests the approval of a critical labor shortage designation for Highway Maintenance Worker 3 positions. Are there any questions on this item?
Yeah, I have a question. Do we have a representative from Department of Transportation?
Yes, she's coming to the table. 1 second, sir.
Thank you for your patience while I got the microphone working. This is Felicia Denny with the Nevada Department of Transportation, and I'm here to answer any questions.
Can you repeat your name, please?
Yes, Felicia Denny.
Ms. Denny, in reading through this agenda item, I noticed you have approximately 91 vacancies with this particular classification. What is the department going to do proactive to try to eliminate that, to prevent us from having to do critical labor exceptions?
So we've attended many job fairs, and we've done a lot of outreach. Our problem that we've been experiencing has been that these positions require a commercial driver's license, and it takes some time for training of these positions. And so we've really been working hard to recruit for them. We also have a lot of positions advertised on the NEATS website, the state website, and we're working very hard to train people and get them up to speed as fast as we can.
For the record, Governor Lombardo, do you have the ability to waive the CDL and do the training in-house?
I don't believe we can waive the CDL. We do in-house training, but I can find that out. These are large pieces of equipment, and it's very important for safety that the workers are qualified. I don't know that.
I understand that you can't waive the qualification, but the ability to hire them and then do the in-house training for the CDL. I would just like you to take it for consideration, because that's an exorbitant amount of vacancies.
Yes, and I believe we do in-house training, but I'll confirm that that is our only training program. I don't believe we do
Ms. Stevens?
Outsourcing, but I can confirm that with Ms. Stevenson.
So, Felicia, additionally on the executive order, the governor's executive order suspension of qualifications in order to enable hiring, is that helping at all?
I believe it has been helping us to recruit. However, we're still struggling.
All right, thank you for your.
I have a question.
We have another question.
Hi, this is Cisco. Have you reached out to organizations like Hope for Prisoners who's doing this type of training?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that question.
There's an organization in Las Vegas called Hope for Prisoners, and part of their programming is CDL training.
My apologies, I still didn't quite catch that question.
He's at the Secretary of State's asking if you've reached out to the organization called Hope for Prisoners. They also provide CDL training. It's an awareness question.
I do not know that answer, but I'll find out, and if we haven't, that will certainly be something that we'll look at doing. We welcome the suggestion, and I will reach out to see if that's something that we're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions there? We have no further questions. There is an action item. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Denny. We'll move on to agenda item number 9, approval of proposed leases for possible action.
Thank you,
Ms.
sir.
Stevenson.
Thank you. There are 5 leases under agenda item number 9 for approval by the board today. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Do we have any questions?
Not here.
We have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. We will close 9, move to 10, approval of proposed contracts for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
There are 53 contracts under agenda item number 10 for approval by the board today. Are there any questions on any of these contracts?
Stand by a second. Any questions?
No.
No questions. Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. We will close item 10, move to 11, approval of proposed master service agreements for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. There are 5 master service agreements under agenda item number 11 for approval by the board today. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Any questions?
Not here.
Motion.
Move to approve.
Well, for approval, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes. We'll close 11, move to 12. It's informational item, clerk of the board on contract. Do you have any information on item 12, Ms. Stevens?
There are 32 contracts over $10,000 and under the $100,000 threshold that were approved by the clerk of the board between November 21st, 2023 through December 12th, 2023. This item is informational. Are there any questions on this item? Sorry, sir.
Any questions? No questions. The item is informational only. We'll close item 12, move to 13, information item reports out of the Governor's Finance Office Budget Division. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. Pursuant to NRS Chapter 353, the Governor's Finance Office Budget Division presents a reconciled fund balance report for the Tort Claim Fund, Statutory Contingency Account, Stale Claims Account, Emergency Account, Disaster Relief Account, IFC Unrestricted Contingency Funds, and the IFC Contingency Fund as of December 19th, 2023. The available balances is as follows. Tort Claim Fund, $3,465,635.28. Statutory Contingency Account, $11,365,938.59. Stale Claims Account, $5,011,129.33. Emergency Account is $500,000. Disaster Relief Account, $11,045,555.03. IOC Contingency Fund is $467,062,576.93. This item is informational. Are there any questions on this item?
Any questions?
No questions.
Seeing none, informational only, we will close item number 13 and move to second opportunity for public comment. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. And as a matter of protocol, the phone number to call in, if you choose to do so, is 775-321-6111. Do we have anybody for public comment in Carson City?
No, sir. There's no one for public comment.
Is there any written there in Carson City?
No, sir. No written comment.
Do we have any public comment here in Las Vegas?
Somebody has to say
A
something.
lot of you guys showed up for some reason. Any written there? None? We'll give it a couple of seconds.
Come on.
I've been forbidden to say anything lately.
That's appropriate.
Should I engage with some open-A hands?
All right, we have no public comment. We will close the second opportunity for public comment, and we'll move for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, sir.